So once upon a time I worked for an organization and it was a fucking mess, right? Everything from the outside looking in was brilliant, right? We had filed for an IPO, growing, we had people joining the organization like it was a new day in high school every single day. But the reality was there was nothing but dysfunction. So as I was introduced, I'm Steve Hall with ScriptRock. We do DevOps, I do DevOps in a DevOps world, all that shit. I am the marketing guy. Please do not hold that against me. But what I want to talk to you about is what dysfunction is as it relates to DevOps. So the definition of DevOps, whatever the hell it is, collaboration, integration, automation, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter in some respects. We all can have our own definition. The whole point of breaking down these silos is what's important. And the whole point about it is driving a certain amount of change that is existing in our businesses today, both in a small little instance as well as at the broad sense. And all of that change is creating this advent of a team. I just read the new Puppet study that says that 16% of organizations that they looked at have a quote-unquote DevOps team. I'm not sure if that's good or bad for us to all, kind of come to our own conclusion. But what that tells me is that there's going to be a lot more dysfunction. So what struck me was there's this book, Patrick Lencioni's 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, and how it applies to DevOps. So what I thought I'd do is just take a couple of minutes and go through each one of the actual 5 dysfunctions. In Schaefer's session this morning, he talked a little bit about it. But the 5 dysfunctions are, in order, absence of trust, fear of conflict, lack of commitment, avoidance of accountability, and an inattention to results. So let's talk about each one. Absence of trust. Trust is sort of the foundation of any relationship in some respect, right? You have a team, you have individuals, you have relationships. And it's inability for us to open ourselves up, right? To share what our weaknesses are, share what our mistakes are, ask for help. All of these things lead to an organization and a team not being able to trust each other. So in a DevOps environment, being able to establish that trust at an interpersonal level becomes critical as we move to going faster and at the same time staying safe. The second thing is fear of conflict. We're all really, really afraid in some respect, maybe not all, many of us, to have that really difficult conversation, right? To have that conversation of not an F you sort of situation, but I'm really struggling with the way that you're performing. I'm really struggling with that. Having that conflict and that debate actually is a really important aspect of a high-functioning team that we all have to embrace. And it's not meant to throw anybody under the bus. It's a matter of getting to where we want it to, where the team needs to be. The third thing is a lack of commitment. A lack of commitment is really a function of 2 things: clarity and buy-in. Clarity in terms of what is our goal, what is our purpose, what are our priorities, and then buy-in in terms of, do I want to be a part of that? Do I buy into that? And taking all of that, you're always going to have dissentient voices, but then being able to disagree and commit to what the purpose and goal and priorities are of that team becomes hypercritical. The fourth thing is avoidance of accountability, which is about it's not about accountability from manager to employee, but as peers need to talk to one another and hold each other accountable to what we expect to be the performance, what we expect other people on the team to be doing. It's very, very easy for us to shy away from that and not hold each other accountable. If we don't create accountability, then things sort of create, the lowest common denominator. Those standards sort of get erased and we all just sort of move on. And at the very top of the puzzle is inattention to results, right? It's again not about the results of what the team is supposed to be doing, but it's about essentially worrying more about what your results are versus what the team results are. We used to refer to this in that really messed up organization I talked about beginning as Team 1, right? The team's needs come first before my own. And having that viewpoint in sort of a DevOps mentality becomes really, really important. We'll wait till the next slide, right? Because I can't remember what the next one is. All right, so I don't know what this thing is doing. There's 3 really key takeaways that I leave with you guys. First is, be a part of the solution. Don't sit back and let the culture sort of define itself. Don't let all this shit happen to you. Be part of it. Second, define what the culture is and invest in it. So teamwork is awesome, right? If we all work together and we all win, because teamwork kills, eat strategy and for lunch if we do it the right way. I love this, right? I mean, I love that. But regardless, apply Patrick Lencioni's dysfunctions model to your DevOps revolution, evolution, whatever the heck you want to call it, and ultimately, make the most of it and rock on. Thanks, guys.